Early history and the Viking Age. The earliest known inhabitants of Sweden arrived around 12,000 years ago, following the end of the last ice age. Archaeological evidence suggests that these first Swedes were hunter-gatherers, later followed by agrarian communities as the climate warmed and agriculture spread. By the Viking Age circa 800 to 1050 AD, Sweden was home to powerful tribes that engaged in extensive trade and exploration. Swedish Vikings, in particular, traveled eastward along rivers and across the Baltic Sea, reaching places like present-day Russia, Ukraine, and even the Byzantine Empire. They were known not only for their seafaring abilities, but also for establishing trading routes, founding cities, and even serving as guards for Byzantine emperors. This period helped to shape Sweden's economy and culture, blending Norse paganism with other influences encountered abroad, the Middle Ages, and the Kalmar Union. Christianity began spreading in Sweden around the 9th and 10th centuries, though the country officially embraced it in the 12th century, leading to the establishment of monasteries, cathedrals, and schools. This period also saw the gradual consolidation of a Swedish kingdom under a single ruler, even though power struggles were common among regional leaders. In 1397, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway entered into the Kalmar Union, a political alliance aimed at strengthening the Scandinavian nations against German and other external powers. However, tensions arose as Danish kings tried to centralize power, leading to conflicts and resistance within Sweden. The most infamous event was the Stockholm bloodbath of 1520, where the Danish king executed Swedish nobles in an attempt to quell Swedish resistance. The Vasa era and Swedish independence. In 1523, Gustav Vasa led a rebellion against Danish rule and successfully established Sweden as an independent kingdom. Gustav Vasa is often regarded as the founder of modern Sweden for unifying the country and centralizing political power. He also introduced the Protestant Reformation, breaking away from the Catholic Church and placing religious institutions under state control. This move not only strengthened the monarchy, but also laid the foundation for a modern bureaucratic state. Sweden as a great power. 17th century. The 17th century marked Sweden's rise as a European power. Under the rule of King Gustavus Adolphus, Sweden became involved in the 30 Years' War, a religious and political conflict in Europe. Gustavus Adolphus led Swedish forces to several key victories, establishing Sweden as a dominant Protestant power. During this period, Sweden expanded its territories, acquiring parts of modern-day Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Germany, and Poland. This era, known as the Swedish Empire, brought considerable wealth and influence to Sweden, making it one of the great powers of Europe. However, the empire's power declined in the early 18th century, after Sweden's defeat by Russia in the Great Northern War 170 or 17-1. As a result, Sweden lost several of its territories, signaling the end of its imperial ambitions. 18th and 19th centuries, decline and neutrality. After the Great Northern War, Sweden adopted a policy of neutrality and focused on internal development. During this period, Sweden underwent economic and political reforms, transitioning from an absolute monarchy to a constitutional monarchy with increased parliamentary power. In 1810, Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte, a French marshal, was chosen as the Swedish heir and later became King Charles XIV John, establishing the Bernadotte dynasty that still reigns today. In 1809, Sweden lost Finland to Russia, marking a significant territorial loss. However, in 1814, Sweden entered a personal union with Norway, which lasted until 1905. Sweden's neutrality during the Napoleonic Wars allowed it to avoid involvement in major conflicts, a stance it would later maintain during both World Wars. Modernization and industrialization, 19th–20th centuries. In the 19th century, Sweden transitioned from an agrarian society to an industrialized nation. Railroads, factories, and urban centers expanded, leading to social and economic transformations. However, many Swedes faced economic hardship, prompting large-scale emigration to the United States in the late 1800s. By the early 20th century, Sweden had developed a strong welfare system, supporting labor rights, education, and healthcare reforms. Sweden maintained its neutrality during both world wars, which allowed it to focus on domestic stability and economic growth. Following World War II, Sweden experienced rapid economic expansion, solidifying its reputation as a modern, socially progressive nation. Contemporary Sweden. In recent decades, Sweden has become a leader in technology, environmental sustainability, and social welfare. It continues to be known for its high standard of living, strong welfare programs, and commitment to human rights. Sweden is also an active participant in international peacekeeping efforts and global diplomacy, advocating for issues such as gender equality, environmental protection, and humanitarian aid. Important contributions to world development. Nobel Prizes. Alfred Nobel, a Swedish chemist and engineer, left a legacy by establishing the Nobel Prizes in 1895. These prestigious awards honor exceptional achievements in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace, fostering progress and excellence globally. Social welfare model. Sweden's welfare state, often called the Nordic model, is a globally influential system that provides citizens with universal healthcare, education, and social security. Sweden's approach has demonstrated the effectiveness of a high-tax, high-benefit model, and it serves as an inspiration for other nations striving to balance economic success with social welfare. Environmental leadership. Sweden has been a pioneer in environmental sustainability. In 1991, it became the first country to introduce a carbon tax, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and promoting renewable energy. Sweden's commitment to environmental protection is further demonstrated by Stockholm's designation as the first European green capital in 2010. Technological and industrial innovations. Swedish companies have had a global impact on technology and industry. Ericsson has been a leader in telecommunications, while Volvo and Scania are recognized for advancements in the automotive industry. Other influential companies include IKEA, which revolutionized affordable furniture design, and Spotify, which transformed the music streaming industry. Humanitarian and diplomatic efforts. Sweden has long been committed to humanitarian aid and peace initiatives. It has played a central role in mediating conflicts, including in the Middle East and Colombia. Sweden is also one of the largest contributors to international aid per capita, supporting global development and human rights. Amazing facts about Sweden. Land of islands and lakes. Sweden has approximately 267,000 islands and 97,500 lakes, making it one of the most water-rich countries in the world. Its abundant natural landscapes offer picturesque scenery, from archipelagos to vast forests and pristine lakes. Right to roam, known as allemansrätten in Swedish. The right to roam is a unique law that allows people to explore and enjoy Sweden's natural landscapes freely, as long as they respect the environment. This law encourages outdoor activities like hiking, camping, and foraging. Longest parental leave. Sweden offers one of the most generous parental leave policies globally, with parents entitled to a combined 480 days of paid leave. This policy reflects Sweden's commitment to family welfare, gender equality, and work-life balance. IKEA product names. IKEA, the world-famous Swedish furniture company, has a distinctive naming system for its products. Names are often derived from Swedish places, words, and concepts. This approach was created by founder Ingvar Kamprad, who had dyslexia, to make it easier to identify products. Home to the Ice Hotel. Sweden is home to the world's first ice hotel, located in Jukkasjärvi, near the Arctic Circle. Built annually from ice and snow, the Ice Hotel attracts visitors worldwide who come to experience its uniquely designed rooms, sculptures, and sub-zero art installations.